Okay, so it's 2023, and I think we can all agree that there are a million different ways to make money online. You can start an Amazon FBA store, you can start drop shipping, you can start editing videos for people. Heck, you can even take off your shoes, get some nice lighting, and take pictures of your feet. Yeah, that's the thing. But if I was personally looking to make $100,000 in 2023, I'd go for a much more untapped way of making money online. One that doesn't involve actually starting a business, a product or service, really any of the headaches that come with that. And I would save the world and not take off my socks. And the way that I would do it is using this thing called remote high ticket closing. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the Remote Closing Academy.
Okay, so what I want to do in this video is just really break down the exact 3-step process that I would use if I had to go from zero scratch, knowing nothing about remote closing, all the way up to being able to make $100,000. This is the exact same process I used to make about $30,000 last month, and then we teach to our thousands of students to help them see success in this field. You might be a little confused of like, what is remote closing? Let's break that down. So I'm gonna give a little context around how I discovered remote closing, because I don't think the content that you're gonna watch will make much sense without the context. So very similar to a lot of you that are watching this video, I thought that the only way to make money online was to start my own business, right? Whether that was Amazon FBA, dropshipping, affiliate marketing, when a lot of that stuff is not only super competitive, which makes it more difficult for you to see success, but there was also so many different things that goes into running a successful business. Being naive at the time, I started what was called a digital marketing agency, started running Facebook ads for real estate agents. Would highly recommend to not work with real estate agents. I mean, I can go on a full tangent of why not to do that, but I did that for about 2 years. And in doing so, I saw relative success, right? We were doing about $80,000 to $90,000 a month, but having 2 business partners, working 15, 16-hour days, trying to run a team, and only to really take home $3,000 to $4,000 every single month after all was said and done, and then also not being able to see my family, it was very quickly not the road that I wanted to continue to go down. So at that point, I had to be honest with myself and ask, what do I really enjoy doing out of this entire business? Because I don't want to run this business. It's way too stressful, and really all I want to do is make $10,000 to $15,000 a month. I wonder if there's a way to do that. So a colleague of mine at the time had ended up reaching out. His name's Cole Gordon. And he was like, dude, like, if you just want to do like the sales and the content stuff, you should just come over and like work with me. All you got to do is take the sales calls and I'll pay you a percentage of anything that you close. And when I tell you my mind was blown, it was a complete understatement, right? I didn't have to do all these crazy things. I could maybe work 3 to 4 hours a day and make more than I was when actually owning the business. So now that you kind of understand, let me show you an example of what I mean of like the potential of this business. So how did this come full circle for you? Well, I was able to find this really awesome opportunity, but there are hundreds, if not thousands of other companies that need you watching this video to become an appointment setter or a closer for their company, which actually leads us to step number 1, which is role selection. Role selection essentially means you got to choose if you want to be an appointment setter or a high ticket closer. And let's break that down a little bit. So most online influencers or businesses are going to start off by running some sort of advertisement, whether that's on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, doesn't matter where it is, but they're going to run that advertisement to usually a webinar or a video to give a little bit more information about their product, service, whatever it may be. They are then going to, after they watch that video, have the option to book a call with the potential business, and then they potentially will also become a paying client. Now, if you look at this whole diagram and you're looking at a business that really wants to grow, the business owner isn't going to have enough time to continue to bring on paying clients because this is a really long process, and that is where you come in. So let's say you wanted to take the appointment setter role. You're gonna fit in right about here. The reason is if someone sees an advertisement and they wanna watch this webinar or video, they're gonna put in either their phone number, their name, their email, and as an appointment setter, you're going to give them a call, shoot them a text, send them an email, potentially try to get them on the phone call with the closer, which is the next opportunity. So the remote closer, again, if you wanna take the closer route, the high ticket remote closer, is you're gonna be the one physically taking the phone call. Now, of course, there's a ton of pros and cons of each of these. Experience is a big one, right? Because you're an appointment setter and you're only getting them on that initial call, you're not actually selling anything. You're basically selling that next appointment. Is you don't have to have a ton of experience, but you're not going to get paid as much, but we'll talk about income potential here in a second. We have a full on video of all the pros and cons about remote closer versus appointment setter. You can check it out on screen right here. And then on the other side, we have the closer, which is going to be the one to physically, like we said earlier, take those phone calls. Now, the pros are that you get paid more, right? You're going to need a little bit more experience when you do jump into that because you're getting them to collect payment. You're helping them through their limiting beliefs. The cons of this is, what are the cons? I mean, honestly, as I was recording this video, I couldn't think of a ton of cons other than you are going to have to like actually put work into it. When we're talking about income potential of $15,000 to $20,000, you're going to have to put the work in, learn the skill, role play, and get really, really good at it. So I guess that could be a con. Now I know your next question, how can I make a decision of appointment setter versus closer if I don't know how much money I'm going to make? So let's break that down right here. So just for example's sake, we're going to take a $7,500 offer. That's about in the middle. Some courses might be $3,000 to $4,000. Some are $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. So I thought this was a good sweet spot. Now on average, once you're ramped up, you should be doing about 7 sets per day, right? 7 sets on the calendar for the closers. And that's going to be 5 days out of the week, right? So that's going to be about 35 calls per week, which puts you at 140 calls set per month. Now, not every single person is going to show up to the call. That just wouldn't make sense, right? People have stuff going on. They have lives. They have their own obligations. So we'll just say you only get 98 shows, which is a 70% show rate, right? 70% of people show up. So the closers should be able to close about 20%, right? It could be a lot higher depending on how good the closer is, how long they've been in the offer, but I'd say industry standard is about 20%. So that puts you at 19 closes out of these 98 of the 70% that are showing up, which is going to put you again at 19 closes per month. Industry standard, you're going to get about 3% commission. I've seen, some go as high as 5% commission for appointment setters. So again, these numbers could change out a lot, which gives you about $225 you're going to make every single sale. So 225 times 19 deals is going to give you about $4,275 in commissions plus $1,500 base that usually is going to be supplied by the company that you're working with. Now, this is the kind of bare minimum, right? $5,775 as an appointment setter. Remember, you're literally just having really quick conversations with people. Sometimes you don't even have to get on the phone with them and you're making this. Now, also this could go up based on the offer if they have, let's say, cash collection bonuses or, other things that can help you make extra money on top of that. Now, for the closers, we'll use the same offer price of $7,500, right? And let's just say you do 5 calls a day, and that is 5 days out of the week, is going to give you 25 calls per week that you're taking. Now, again, average remote closers should be closing at 20%, if not higher than that, which is going to give you about 5 closes every single week. If you take the 5 times 4, right, for the 4 weeks out of the month, is going to give you about 20 closes per month. So 10% at $750 per sale. So if we do $750 times the 20 deals closed every single month is going to give you about $15,000. Again, lots of variables there. If you're, let's say you take more calls, let's say you close higher percentages, let's say your offer is a little bit higher, right? This has nothing but opportunity to go up. So now that you've seen the opportunity, let's jump to step number 2, which is sourcing your first offer. Okay, so now that we figured out if we want to be an appointment setter or a closer, we got to actually jump into number 2, which is finding the opportunities for appointment setters or closers. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right here. I'm going to give you 2 different resources that will make it very, very simple for you. Now, I know it's going to tempt you to be like, all right, I'm just going to end this video and come back. You got to watch all the way through because I'm going to teach you how to the messages and the outreach scripts to make sure that you guarantee these different opportunities. So let's go and jump in here. You can see my screen. First thing here is Indeed. So very, very simply, just go to Indeed, Indeed.com. It's a free resource. I think you just put in your name, phone number, email. And then up here in the what section, you're just going to type in high ticket closer and where, because it's remote, you don't necessarily have to put anything there. So we click search, and I want you guys to see these opportunities. Now, I'm not gonna go super deep into applying for these on this because this could be like a 45-minute video. In a later video, I'll go through and apply for some, but in part number 3 here in just a second, I'm gonna show you the exact scripts to use to reach out to these companies and basically guarantee that you get placed. So before we do that, let's go ahead and jump over to the second resource that we have, and this is through Facebook groups. Now, this one specifically is a high ticket closer, free job opportunities, and high ticket sales. So you can search that up. There's 32,000 people in here, so keep in mind there is a little bit of competition, but hopefully that lets you know that there's 32,000 other people that are in this industry, which means it's not just like a no one knows about it, you know what I mean? So there's still so much opportunity to make money here. So I can just scroll. Again, I'll just refresh on here and show you guys. There's probably stuff that's been posted in the last 24 hours, right? 3 days ago, this person joined our team. Closers earning $15,000 to $20,000 a month. So that's a opportunity there. If we scroll on here, make upwards of $10,000 a month in commissions. Looking for closers and appointment setters, closers making $5,000 to $20,000 a month, appointment setters $1,000 to $3,000 a month. So you can see, again, I can just scroll on here and there are so many different opportunities, so many jobs. This one, I scrolled down a little bit and this is, from May 30th. And that's just a couple days ago. At the time of recording this is the 10th. So about 10 days ago, there's still a good amount of people in between all those. And I can just scroll down forever and show you that there is a crazy amount of jobs, opportunities out there in order for you to apply for. Now, I didn't show a second ago in this section here, but basically you could just do appointment setter if you're looking for an appointment setter role as well. You might have to get a little bit more granular with the searching because appointment setter could mean a lot of things. So I would say maybe like high ticket appointment setter, right? That could be an option to search for. And yeah, so here we go. High ticket coaching program, urgently hiring. $200 to $500 a day. So I won't scroll through every single one of these, but there's a good amount of them that are also urgently hiring, and you can, see those opportunities. So let's jump into the next part here, which we're going to go through the exact scripts, exactly how I would text these businesses, as well as some of the video messages that will literally guarantee your spot on some of these teams. Okay, congratulations. You made it to step number 3, which is arguably the most important part, which is actually reaching out to these businesses. And not only that, but I'm gonna give you a couple tips and tricks to make sure and almost guarantee your ability to be able to get placed with these companies. So the biggest part here, especially moving forward into 2023 and for the rest of time really, is you need to be able to stand out as more competition comes into the space. So instead of just going to these companies, whether it was on Indeed or Facebook or any of the other methods that I talk about on this channel, is you need to stand out by sending a video or audio message. Gone are the days where you can just type in your phone and send them an application and hope that you stand out, because they get probably 100 of those every single day. But what they don't get a lot of are people that are actually making that initiative, taking that extra effort in that next step to showcase not only their personality, but the way that they speak. Because guess what? When you're on these conversations as a remote closer or an appointment setter, if you can give the companies a little bit of a sneak peek of what that would look like with you integrated within their company, it's gonna make it so much easier for you to, again, stand out and then land the next interview. So all you need to do is pull out your phone, or you can use a website like loom.com, which is just a website that you can record yourself, record your camera. Now there's something very important you need to understand before you film this video. This video can either really, really help you, or it could really, really hurt you. So what are the two things that can guarantee that you make a really awesome video? The first part is the way that it looks. The second part is the actual script. I'm gonna give you both of those things, or at least some tips to help you get better at those. So let's talk about setting up the video first. If you don't have a studio or anything like that, or professional lighting, that's completely fine. At the very, very least, I just find like a white wall or a white background. It's the easiest thing to cut out all other distractions, a messy room or anything like that. Just have a decent background, again, a white background if you can't find anything else, and then decent lighting. You don't need studio lighting. You can just find a window, put yourself against the window, have the sunlight shining on your face, and that's what's going to produce a really good quality from even just a simple smartphone video. Now, the setup is one thing. You also want to be very mindful of the way that you present yourself. Take a shower, get a haircut, put on a nice shirt, right? I wouldn't show up and make a video with a hoodie or a graphic tee or anything like that. Just again, how would you go into a regular job interview? But just keep in mind that the video is going to accentuate a lot of these features, because as the saying goes, the camera is going to just really amplify a lot of the things that you do. Just show up in a professional manner. And now let's jump over to the script of how to actually perform these videos. Now, in terms of the script, I want you to take out a sheet of paper so you can write down a couple notes of what yours would look like. You don't want to do something 100% scripted. You want more bullet points rather than a script, because a script is going to make you sound really robotic, right? So the main things I would add into your script, again, write these down as bullets, is number 1, obviously present your name, right? Number 2 is you want to showcase that you've done a little bit of research about the company, right? So you want to reference something, maybe a piece of content that they posted or a YouTube video or whatever, right? Number 3 is you want to state your experience or your lack of experience, and I'll explain that here in a second. And then number 4, how you think you can help them reach their goals, and then vice versa, right? What all these pieces do if we just broke it down. So number 1, obviously you're letting them know about you and your name. Number 2 is that you're showing that you did a little bit of research about their company. You're not just coming in blind. Number 3 is you want to be transparent of the experience you have or the lack of experience. And when I say that, right, if you're saying lack of experience, you just want to be honest, right? The last thing you want to do is say, I'm the best salesperson in the world and I know how to do everything. And then you go into the opportunity and then they're like, okay, what the heck happened? You don't know what you're doing. So you can do that in a way where you're just like, hey, to be 100% honest with you, I don't have a ton of experience, but I promise you that I'm going to put in the effort, put in the work, put in the numbers, and I'm going to come in, learn this offer, and show you that I can see success or I can help you reach your goals, right? And then number 4 is showcasing that like, hey, you want to be in that opportunity and show them what you can do for them, and then vice versa, right? How their opportunity helps you fit your goals. Because at the end of the day, like it has to be a two-way street, right? You have to say, you know, I think that a company is a great opportunity because I'll learn my communication skills and that will help better me in the future that I'm trying to build. Something along those lines. So I'm actually gonna grab my phone right here and record a version of it, and you can see exactly what a live version would look like. Hey, what's going on, John? Aaron here. Just wanted to reach out here really quickly with a video message, put a face to the name. I actually saw that you had an application out for a high ticket closer for your company. And after going through a couple of your YouTube videos, I think it would be a really great fit for me to help you guys out and reach some of those goals. So really quickly about me, I've been in the high ticket space for about 2 years now. I've done a lot of growing, a lot of watching videos and trainings and things like that to help better my skills, and have been through about 3 or 4 different offers right now and looking for that next opportunity. So, you know, some of my biggest goals is just to make more money, provide more for my family, and really make a difference in the offer that I'm selling. And I think that what you guys are doing with your company could be a really awesome fit for both of us. You know, I can, you know, achieve some of the things that I'm looking to do and then help you guys make more sales and ultimately impact more lives through what you're doing as well. So that being said, would love to set up a further interview with you. You can shoot me a message back here, you know, via Messenger, and look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks. Bye. And that is how you would do a message. Now you can feel free to take that, transcribe it, copy and paste it, whatever, change it up to make it a little bit more your style, if that makes sense. But again, like I said, in that third part, if you don't have any experience, the way that I would say is like, hey, so John, just to be 100% honest with you, I don't have a ton of sales experience, but I do promise you that I'm going to come in, I'm gonna go through your training, I'm gonna really, really learn the offer, and then show you that through the work that I can do, I'm going to, you know, make a difference and make sales and that kind of thing. You could even maybe, you know, offer some sort of like guarantee for them. You can say, you know, if, you know, I promise you I'm gonna put in this work, and if I, you know, within 30 days, if I'm not in the position where you would want me to be in terms of your other appointment setters and, you know, and closers, I would love to, you know, renegotiate or figure out what the next steps would be, right? So you're putting a little bit of, you know, your money where your mouth is, so you're not just like asking for the world with no experience. So that's basically that part. So in this video, I know I just gave you a ton of information of going out there and finding the opportunities and things like that. But obviously the next part is learning the actual skill set of sales. So if you click the first video down in the description, I put together about a 35-minute training that's gonna go more in depth and detail about the exact scripts to use, exactly, you know, the things to say when you're on these sales calls, and how to ultimately make those sales so you're making the commissions to get closer to your $100,000 as a remote closer or an appointment setter. So click the first link down in the description below, hit the subscribe button if you're new, like the video if you liked it. We'll see you guys on the inside. First link down in the description. Talk soon. Peace.